Hey everyone, today I'm going to be demonstrating the permanent waving service portion of your state board exam. So first, before we start any service, we are going to sanitize our hands. Just a little bit of hand sanitizer, get them all nice and ready and clean for you to start your service. So before we start a perm service, we are going to drape her with a cake towel method. We have to use this method for state board and for perms in general. So I already started out with one towel around her neck. So now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my cape. Most of these capes are gonna be too long because the mannequin's neck is so small. So if you have any excess cape, just wrap it around and I'll show you how to secure it with the butterfly clip. So we're gonna bring that over. And so it is too long, so I'm gonna take this portion and pull it over, around. Then I'm going to secure that with a butterfly clip. Then I'm going to put one more towel over the neck. So we have our initial towel down, now we have our cape, then this is our last towel. So I'm gonna put the long part in front of the neck, pull that around. That way I can secure it and fold it under. Fold the towel under, and we are ready to begin. So after we secure or drape our mannequin with the cake towel method, we are going to subsection her. I started out with a profile parting from the forehead to the top of the crown. Then we're going to take a radial from the top of the crown to the top of the ears. So this is going to separate the front sections from the back section. So we're not going to touch the front sections at all. This hair is going to stay secure and out of the way while we are performing our perm procedure in the back. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab my state board bag. You're going to have a bag similar to this. It's going to look very, very close and have pretty much the same things that I have. So we're going to take everything out that we need for the service. So I have perm rods and perm papers. These perm papers are actually pre-folded. You can use the long ones if you want. We do have to roll a minimum of 6 rods, and there's 2 extra rods in here in case we do drop one at state board. I'm gonna take out my cotton. This is what I'm gonna wrap around the section. Put my bag back in. Take my gloves out. I'll need gloves. My mock perm solution. And then I have 2 rat tail combs. These are great for subdividing the hair and subsectioning the hair once we start to roll. So once I'm done with this bag, I'm going to close it back up and make sure that it remains closed. So the way that we subdivide the hair is we're gonna take a rod, and there's tiny little dots on this rod that show how wide we need to take that subsection. So we want to go to the outer edge of those last dots that you see. So we're going to take it to the back of that radial top and go ahead and subdivide the hair. So my hair's subdivided and ready to roll. I'm also going to have a water bottle. I'm going to need to use that to spray down the rods as we go. So a good rule to follow whenever you're subdividing the hair on how big to take the subsections is you go the width of the rod, meaning horizontal. So this is how big you want your subsections to be. So we're going to go through and eyeball that and using our rod, taking our first subsection, and you can actually put this down while you're rolling. Also make sure whenever you are rolling that all your rods are rolled off base or on base. So if you're gonna roll on base, we are going to pull out and then roll forward. Off base, we're gonna pull towards us, okay? So let's go ahead and comb that first subsection up. I'm going to take a perm paper I'm going to wet that perm paper for control. Take my perm rod, pull it all the way up, and then we're going to start rolling that back. So I'm doing all of my rods on base. Pull that to the front, clasp. So I already rolled one, I'm going to roll 5 more for you. Remember, we're over directing up, so that way it's on base. I'm going to go ahead and open the clasps to the rest of my rods just so it's a little bit easier to maneuver. Also, another great tip is whenever you're working with any kind of tools, you want to always keep the comb that you're parting with in your dominant hand. So I'm going to keep it in my right hand. And then if you need to, you can always tilt the head down just a tad bit. So I'm about halfway done with rolling. I have 3 more. Still spraying the paper for control. Still rolling everything on base. If you notice, I never put this comb down. I always have it in my hand, okay? For the permanent wave service, you have 22 minutes for this section. Should be plenty of time. Okay, so I'm up to 5 rods. I have 1 more rod. Then I'll take you through the next step. This is my last rod. Let's pull that up. Make sure all the hair ends are in the paper. Start rolling. Okay, so I'm closing up my last rod. I have 6 rods rolled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So after we roll our rods, we are going to grab our cotton, and we are going to put the cotton around the section of rods that we rolled. And this is going to ensure that whenever we put the perm solution on, it's going to catch any excess fluids or chemicals from leaking onto their draping or clothes. So I have my subsection wrapped. And now we are going to put our gloves on before we apply any perm solution. Put our gloves on. Take our mock perm solution. You can use water in this. It doesn't have to be real perm solution. In this we have water. We're gonna open it. And then just remember that whenever you are saturating the rods, that you're going over each rod 3 times. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So after we have put our perm solution on, we are going to still keep our gloves on. And now we're going to do a test curl for our proctor. So I like to do the third one down. It's just kind of right in the middle. So I'm going to release the clasp from the perm rod, pull out slightly. I'm going to place my thumbs onto the base of the rod and then just push on it slightly. And you can see where it starts to form that S pattern. So after that, you'll roll it back up. And we are done. That's it. I hope that this tutorial answers any questions that you may have. And we will see you again. Everybody have a good day.